I'm always amazed what healing art...
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone...
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Out of our way!
Resonate with the earth!
Relax, now! Get on here! Water, hear my call!
I'll take you all on!
Airborne feet, my step! Freeze Lancer, dance in the wind!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for you truly! Here comes!
Negative gate!
Another incantation ruined!
Tornado! Tornado drive!
This death shall make the earth throb in pain. Your blade moves.
Sick. I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating. These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
I'm
content.
ready!
Don't This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction.
There's still
In
more
a
to
vine.
go! Take it! Go!
I'm ready.
Mesa Ray! Red Astral Energy! Full throttle!
I need to be stronger.
All right.
There's run from my arc.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
Leave the agile ones to me. Take this! In a bind?
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Take this!
It's over! I'll take you!
Finish it!
Long! Hey! Blow them away!
Glacial Spear!
No further!
It's over!
Resonate with the
Pull
earth!
away!
Stalagmite! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Do it! Lightning condense!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this. You're quite... The gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Out of our way! Zephyr
Take this!
Magna Ray! It's like trying to keep up with the wall!
No further!
Freeze!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Now you see what I can
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Technique.
How are your weapons holding up?
Best not to give me any ideas. So I still had room to grow.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
Art expert,
courteous,
come
son.
through!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Magna Ray! Now! Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
We got
I'm ready! I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours.
Ready!
take this!
The enemy here is armed too.
We'll soon see. I think I'm getting stronger. Little help!
Come one, come all.
Not on my watch!
I can carve through armor!
It's a duel of the arts!
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
I'm ready!
Who wants to die next? Photon Blast! Locked and ready! Air thrust!
Take this! Blow away!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Right, here goes!
Zephyr Trident!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Lightning blast!
Art field!
I'm not done! Burn in hell!
Where are you going?
Begin!
Who wants to die next? Photon Blast!
Finish it!
Ready and wary! Elusive deity! Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And pummel it to me!
Into the shadows!
Elusive deity!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
I've still got a ways to go.
This looks nice and tough.
More Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I'll hold on to that.
This'll be a delicious piece of cake. The first Trident! My last dance in the wind! Ready to go!
Burn in hell!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Here's the evil! This should do it!
Freeze laser!
Whoa! Quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
I don't take orders from you. Now!
Looks like it could be worth something.
I sure built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So... Mahag Sar's just up ahead, then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
Get lost! Zephyr Trident! Photon! Lightning Condemn! Mega Ray! Thunder Blade!
It's over! Raining Cloud!
Here I go! And again!
You're mine! It's over!
Elucid take this!
Lightning Orb!
I'll smash you!
Elucid deity!
The last one!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Gotta break through!
Zephyr Trident!
Ignite!
Elucid deity!
Lightning Orb!
Can you
Raging
take it?
Cascade! This is it! Sleep now! I never fail! Shockwave Blast! Gravitas Field! Into the shadows!
Shockwave Blast!
Gravitas Field!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
No choice!
Zephyr Trident!
I'm not done! Eat dirt!
Thunder Field! Lightning Condemn!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize. An astral arch?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
This is it! We
You're
Zephyr
mine!
Trident!
Could have been worse.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
I won't forgive you! Lightning condemned! Zephyr Dragon!
Begin!
This is it! Dance in the wind! This one here! This is it!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Fiona, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Negative gate! Take this! You're finished!
Zephyr Trident! I think I'm getting stronger.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Through these lands most verdant green.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Now,
Armor
let's really...
Baby, take it down! This'll come in handy.
No further! Here I come!
Zephyr
It's
Trident!
over!
Lightning Orb!
Take this!
More with I never miss! Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Right! Don't mind if I do!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Elusive deity! Got air throw! Lightning Slayer! Raging Cascade! Pierce evil!
Take this!
Here I go!
It's over!
Entertain me.
Hear me! Flame of Stern! Hear me! Flame of Stern! Anything in armor is all
Take this.
Here I come!
Lightning Attack!
Enjoy.
Here I go!
Entertain me.
I'll heal you all!
You're mine!
Excited! Lightning Orb!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between...
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danons and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danons rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan Astral Arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionne's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
We've reached our destination.
What's that big tower over there?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Guess I'll polish up my sword.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Hey, Rinwell. What was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danan hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hootle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hootle's wings aren't even black. Huh.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
You okay, Shionne? You're not eating very much.
What's wrong? Do you not like the cheese fondue that you made?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you more excited about food.
You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing like that. It's just...
What?
I guess I just don't understand what the appeal is. We could just as easily put everything on a plate and pour the cheese on top of it instead.
I suppose it lies in being able to decide exactly how much cheese you want. There's also something to be said for enjoying how it all turns out. It's fun.
That's fine and all, but I wish the plate-to-mouth time was shorter.
I think I understand. You don't like having to put in so much effort into eating something, do you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Actually, now that I think about it, you're a way less fussy eater than you look, Shion.
In my book, there's no one right way to eat a meal. Tuck in, take your time, be dainty or devouring. As long as you enjoy the food, that's what counts.
There's no need to stand on ceremony while we're out camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
I've never seen someone dump that much cheese on a meal before. Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
We should be able to cook here.
You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Huh.
Huh?
Kisara.
Right.
That thing looks pretty menacing.
Go no further! Zephyr Trident! Come on! I'll throw you to smithereens!
You picked the wrong fight!
Zephyr Trident!
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Who wants to die next? Raging is not in your dreams!
Deny! Armor won't save you!
Zephyr here! Zephyr Trident!
Here I come!
Leave the ensnaring to
Never
me.
fail!
Yeah! And the pummeling
In a bind?
Here I come!
Zephyr Trident!
Nice work!
Photon Blast! Raging Cascade!
I'll face you! I'm not done! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Here I come!
Thunder Field! Raging Cascade! Now!
Ringler! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
It's on! This one's mine!
I'll
Gale
face you!
Force!
Here I come!
Ready and ready! I can
Resonate
carve
with the
through
earth.
armor!
Here I come!
On
You're
your
finished!
Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! They're not playing around! Gale Force! Zephyr Trident! Showtime! It's about to strike!
You're mine! Look sharp, everyone!
Zephyr Shield in the wind! Air Thrust!
Here I come!
I can't get out of this!
Into the shadows! Don't mind if I do!
Where are you going? Into everlasting darkness.
Zephyr Trident!
Got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight. It's over! It's done!
Zephyr Trident! Stand in the wind!
Take this!
I was fine now. Andy.
Wide open!
You won't escape
Alpha!
me!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Wow. Look what I just found.
Out of our way! Raging Cascade! Zephyr Trident! In here! This'll come in handy. Now!
Rocks and skin?
You're mine! You're finished!
Whoa! One at a time!
A comfortable win. Good.
Really now.
sense one of your friends, Hootle?
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't...
Right.
Excuse me!
Well... Really?
What's...
We should be able to cook here.
What do you want to do about that big one?
An opponent like this should be easy.
Far enough!
In here!
Here I come!
They rush you! You gotta jump for cover, okay?
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
The flashing part's their weak point!
It's over!
Raging cascade!
The fluidity of your movement
In
is
here!
simply incredible. A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop. Where are you going?
Now we're never.
Zephyr Trident!
You're mine! Now,
Can't
while
get
it's
out of
reeling!
this.
Take it down!
Wind astral energy! Dance in the wind!
Take it!
Air thrust!
It's over!
Photon thrust!
Burn in hell!
Now!
Ringwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Take this! It's over!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Lightning Orb! Lightning
Out of
Orb!
ammo!
Thunderblade! Zephyr Trident! The enemy is going
all
all
by
out!
me.
Shockwave flash! Here I go!
Zephyr Trident! Photon! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Take primed and ready!
Here I come! I owe you one! Raining slash!
Zephyr Trident! Where are you going?
You're mine!
Dance in the wind! I'll heal you all! Photon! Dance in the wind!
We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Armor won't save you!
You're mine! I'm not done!
Zephyr Trident!
Finish it!
Alpha! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! We won.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Okay.
Seriously?
Well,
What the?
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well?
You okay?
Yeah!
Okay.
Huh?
Here we go!
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Yikes! Don't make eye contact with it!
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Take this! It's over!
You have to aim for the bright area on their back.
Can't get out of this!
Zephyr Trident! Lightning Orb! Go for the weak point! In the wind! Feel!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Zephyr Trident! Where are you going? Whoa!
Blow away!
When there's time! Air thrust!
You're mine!
Zephyr Trident!
Shockwave
Raging Cascade!
I can carve through
Got
one!
the deal!
Tornado Drive! Photon Blast!
Really good for
Dance in the wind! Feel! Got it! Now's our chance!
Shattering
the wind!
pieces!
Attack time! Get on in there with the others!
Finish it! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Benediction light. You're mine! He's over!
Lightning Orb! Whoa! Hey! One at a time! Thunder Blade!
I'll smash you!
Cover the caster!
It's time!
Confiscated!
Come on!
Into the shadows! Light and dance in the wind! Zephyr Red! Photon Blast!
Benediction light.
Into the shadows! Astral Energy! Zephyr Trident!
Being interrupted.
Into the shadows! This one is almost in the bag!
Not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best!
Such unadulterated fury.
Raging Cascade!
Heal! You're mine!
Will this
Shatter it!
He's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
It's over!
I can only rely on that. Thunder Field! Thunder Strike! Zephyr Trident!
It's over!
Banana, let's go! There you go! Don't let up! Now! Jolene! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
I can feel my precision improving.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Okay.